All right, guys, so here we are with the Mi A2, which was a highly anticipated device for me because the Mi A1 over there I named that phone budget phone of the year for 2017, and I stand firm on that. I really think that phone is a great phone. No complaints about the Mi A1, and the Mi A2 is for sure probably going to step up to the plate and continue on where that phone left off. So taking a look here, obviously you can see now they've gone with a 6-inch display with the 18:9 ratio. Pretty much took that same body, and I'll bring it in here in just a second, and kind of stretched off the screen from what I can tell. But other than that, I think it's a very nice upgrade from that device. So you're looking at a 20 megapixel plus a 12 on the rear, and then you also have a 20 megapixel on the front, which is the Mi A2 is definitely going to be a phone that people would run to if they knew about it. Imagine if phones like this were on carriers in the US. It would be some problems for all OEMs. Anyway, 20 on the front, a 12 and a 20 on the rear. You got the rear mounted fingerprint reader. I'm doing a restore. Xiaomi decided to take away the headphone jack, which was kind of a surprise. I don't know why, but they took it away. And that's what they did. But they still have an IR blaster, and the noise canceling microphones and everything is there. SIM tray is on this side. This is a dual SIM, and this does not have expandable storage. Volume and power is there. As you can see, you have the proximity sensors and camera up front. This is a good feeling phone. As you can see, I went with the blue. I like the blue. I think this is going to be something that I really enjoy. It does have the bands for T-Mobile, LTE, AT&T, Simple Mobile, Cricket. All those are there, and I'm pretty excited about that. So rear camera does record in 4K, which is good, and the front camera does 1080p at 30 frames per second. I'll bring the Moto E5 Plus in comparison to this phone, because both of these phones definitely are my latest. Well, they're my latest purchases, but I bought two phones that were good in quality. I felt like, and I haven't purchased a Moto phone since the Moto Z2 4s, and I was gonna go with the Moto Z3 Play, but opted not to. So I'll show you the Moto E5 Plus later. Sorry for all the beeping. Let's vibrate. Get this down to vibrate. Very loud speaker, by the way, on this thing. But again, you've got the 1080p display, you've got 6 inches, you've got a 20 on the front, a 20 and a 12 on the back. This is the 4 gigs of RAM model here, not the 6 gig. There is a 6 gig model as well, but this is the 4 gig with the 32 gigs onboard storage. Snapdragon 660 on hand here, and Android One. The most important part of everything I said was Android One to me. Now, the build quality is absolutely fantastic in my opinion. I really like this form factor for this phone. Really happy that they decided to upgrade. So now let's get over here to the other version. Here's what we had before. So just a little bit more in size of the screen, but pretty much the same form factor. As you can see, you've got more proximity sensors and things up front, and it looks a little different. On-screen buttons now, which is a huge plus. Really like that. The 18:9 form factor is there, but like I said, these phones are pretty much actually this one is actually wider than the Mi A1. So bear that in mind. It's not noticeable by much, but it is there. So as you can see, the fingerprint reader is really fast on this one in comparison to the Mi A1. Also, the cameras, I'll compare them. A lot of people have been wondering about the cameras, and I think a lot of people will probably be really surprised to know that my Redmi 5 Plus actually has better cameras than this phone in my testing, but this phone still has great cameras. But this phone people have hit the internet running with this phone, and they're pretty much saying, hey, this is probably the best phone at the $200 price point, and I'm probably not going to disagree with that. I like the upgrades that they've done so far in my testing with it real briefly. And I think this is going to probably be a great daily driver. Now, again, I do have the Moto E5 Plus, which is going to be another one of my daily drivers, but I will compare them both in that sense. But hardware-wise, I think phones like this should come to the US, because this is better hardware than a lot of phones out there. This metal body, I've actually dropped this phone right here and just got a few nicks on the corner up there, but the screen didn't crack, and the phone is not really banged up at all. Some downsides to this phone, I would say a step in a different direction. I guess it could be a downside to a lot of people, is they took away the headphone jack. Why they chose to do that again, I have no clue. But you know, they decided to do it that way. So you do have Type-C still. Same form factor pretty much, or build quality is there. This phone has taken a beating. I really like this phone, but they've just done some upgrades, and it's probably much needed upgrades at that. But nonetheless, I think I'm really going to enjoy the Xiaomi Mi A2. It comes in black, gold, and this blue, and the 6X version of this, I might bring that in. It's again another $200 phone, which is fantastic. It comes in a red and black, so this phone will definitely probably come out in red and black soon. You just have to keep an eye on it and you know, just wait for it, because it's probably gonna come out in black and red. And if it in fact does come out in black and red, I grabbed the black and red one before, and unfortunately I sold that one, and I shouldn't have. So I don't know, I shouldn't have sold it, but I did, and I regret it. But if this phone comes out in black and red and I get it, I will not be selling it. These $200 phones are simply amazing. The value that you get with these phones compared to phones that you're spending $1,000 on, be sure to check my last post on smartphoneconversations.com. You will see my points that I make. This is a great phone compared to plenty of other phones that I have, and the value is just there, folks. It's just there. There's no denying it. This is a great bang for buck device, and I'm probably gonna have no complaints about it. Everything is restoring really fast because it has the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi band on here, and it also has the 4G for T-Mobile. Let me go into settings here, and let's take a look at About Phone. And right now we're on 8.1.0, which is crazy. This phone right here just got updated to 8.1.0, which is really good, because there's plenty of other phones out there that are quote-unquote flagships that are still on 7 Android. So that's a surprise, and it shouldn't be that way. But I really like this phone, and I did grab the 32 gig model because it's within the $200 range. But I mean, hey, I think I'm gonna really enjoy this, and I'm really happy that I grabbed this one. So you can see I'm running out of storage already. No, I'm just kidding. It's downloading all my apps and everything, so you can see other apps is 5 gigs, 11 gigs for the system, and that's why you see me down to 16 gigs used of the 32. And I can go in here and hit free up space, and I can choose what I would like to remove, but I'm not gonna do that because the only apps I have on my phone are apps that I actually use. Love this wallpaper that is the default wallpaper. I really like this. I'm enjoying this, man. I'm gonna fire up the camera and take some video and photos, and you'll see that there. In the settings here, you've got beauty, HHT, tilt shift, straighten, timer, group selfie, which is really nice. You've got pocket mode, add time, date. I love the watermark. I love the watermark. I just love watermarks on phones, and I like having the time and date if it's available. A lot of places, a lot of cameras don't have the time and date available for timestamps, and I just hate that a lot of places don't. Now, what's strange to me is they got this picture quality, it's got set it high and low and that type of deal. But let's go to video, and also you have short video, like if you want to do something for Instagram and stuff like that. So you've got time lapse and slow motion, which is really nice. You've got pocket mode again, camera sounds. You've got 4K recording, obviously, which is, I'm going to leave it there for the rear camera, because that's where my testing will be. So again, you have these short video clips, and then you've got portrait mode, obviously, which is really nice. Portrait mode obviously blurs the background, so pretty cool that it's really nice here. I really like that. And you've got square, panorama, and obviously a lot of people don't use manual mode. I personally don't use it a lot. I have used it in the past, but it is something. And you've got HDR. So there you have it, folks. Hands-on and first impressions of the Xiaomi Mi A2. Definite buy in 2018, because this phone will probably be one of the best phones that I have in 2018. I don't know. It's your man Jay Will. Hit the link in the description to pick up yours. It is an affiliate link, FYI, so credit to me. Get a little kickback on that so I can keep buying phones for you guys to see on review and give you recommendations of phones that are definitely under $300 that are totally worth it. This build quality is better than several phones I have in my catalog. And again, if I drop this, it will probably not break on the first go around. It's your man Jay Will. Mi A2 by Xiaomi. I'm really going to enjoy this one. Stay tuned for more footage. Take care.